What's up, guys? It's your boy Keepitrealedits MMA. I'm late on this video because I've been working, I've been doing different things, I've been busy. So now that I have time to actually go through the Nunes versus Pena 2 card, UFC277, I'm gonna go through it real quick from the early prelims all the way to the main card. And yeah, let's start right now. So the early prelim opener of the card is Orion Kosh versus Mathetha, obviously Blood Diamond. They both lost their debuts. Orion Kosh was a guy that really struggled in his debut in terms of cardio. He struggled to get his wrestling going and keep the guy down. And where Blood Diamond struggled was just straight up grappling. He's a CKP guy, so obviously, you know, he's gonna struggle sometimes in the grappling. You know, a lot of them actually gotta keep it on the feet. Sorry, but Blood Diamond really struggled to keep her on the feet. He got taken out by Jeremiah Wells and got submitted. But, you know, it's just one of them where it's like, there's not really much you could control about it. But this is how I see the fight going. Orion has terrible cardio. He gasses out after the first round, and I believe if Mathetha can, it's slipping a bit, my camera's slipping a bit, but if Mathetha can, you know, if he can, survive the first round, I believe that this is a 29-28 decision for him. I believe Orion will win the first round, you know, chain wrestling, trying to take him down, continuously just popping shots at him, landing a little bit more damage, and then I believe second or third round, Blood Diamond will take over because of the striking and the better cardio, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so Mathetha, Blood Diamond by 29-28 decision, in my opinion. Could be a finish, but I'm going to predict a decision. Right, next fight on the card is Nikolai, Nuger, Mariano versus Pretoria. There's no odds on both of these fights for some reason, I don't know why. There's odds on every other fight, so it's all good. Right, I'm going to go with Nikolai, Nuger, Mariano. I know he got a robbery decision over Kennedy Neshatwaku, but I believe that Pretoria's record is very blown out of proportion. I know he's 20-2, but a lot of the guys that he's beaten is, you know, is iffy, right? So, like, I'll look at the Pretoria's record right now. I'll search it up right now. Pretoria. Let's have a look. Duelist. Right, Tapology. I'll have a look at his record right now. He's 20-2, which is an impressive record in MMA, but the people he's beaten is, yeah. I mean, right, let's have a look. He beat Denis Makachev, who was 1-5 at the time. He beat Nikita Bolyaga, he was 3-2 at the time. He beat Arta Kono Miyako, who was 1-2 at the time. He beat Maskim Miskovellets, which was his professional debut. He beat Vladimir Nepochatov, 5-6 at the time. Alembek Termirarov, professional debut. Ivan Rebe, 1-9 at the time. Felipe Nesu, 17-18 at the time. Vitaly Potolok, professional debut. Nikolai Garbuz, 0-3 at the time. Sargam Garyav, 0-4 at the time. So, you know, his most impressive win, in my opinion. Let me have a look at his most impressive win. Oh. I mean, he lost to Sergey. No, that's the amateur one, but he lost to Iviganche. I can't pronounce her name. The guy was 2-2. He lost to him, and he lost to Vadim Sabadash, who was 3-2 at the time. His most impressive win, in my opinion, is when he beat Lukasis Sudilovsky, he was 8-0 at the time. That's his most impressive win, man. He's very so much, like, he's good, but the problem with him is that he's very, like, he's beaten cans. Let's be real now. He's beaten guys that are making their professional debut, guys who have negative records. That's the type of people he's beaten. And, you know, it's nothing to his own fault. Like, it's definitely no fault of his own. Obviously, it's probably people that the promotions just gave him and that he just, you know, he took, right? But he's in the UFC, but Nikolai Mariano is obviously, he's more established in the UFC. I believe that it's just more logical to pick him. I'm going to pick him by 30-27. I believe this is a decent pick, guys, and it's just more established, you know, and I just believe that he'll be able to control the fight how he wants, because I feel like Eor's fighting that's just that level up, you know. Nikolai has wins in the UFC, so I just believe it's the step up, and I believe this is a good opportunity for Eor to get some experience, though. So yeah, Nikolai, Nuger, Mariano by 30-27 decision. Next fight up on the card actually has odds on the UFC website. I don't know why these other fights don't, but this one does. So we got Jocelyn Edwards versus Yeon Kim. Yeon Kim is a +110 underdog, and Jocelyn Edwards is a -130 favorite. Now, it's a decent fight. Obviously, it's bantamweight. I'm gonna go with Yeon Kim. And now the reason I'm gonna go with Yeon Kim is because the thing with Yeon Kim is very underrated, man. She had a very close fight with Molly McCann. Molly McCann struggled against some girls earlier on in her career, but you know, look at the way she's looking now. That loss is aged beautifully, right? So I believe Jocelyn Edwards really struggles against people who can push her pace and can just continuously go at her all the time. And I just feel like Yeon Kim can do that without gassing, and that's why I believe she's going to take this victory against Jocelyn Edwards. Obviously, it's not going to be a finish. It's women's fight, but, you know, I know Wasco gets finishes and stuff, you know, Molly McCann, and, you know, sometimes Valentina gets finishes and stuff, but just in general, I believe Yeon Kim will get it done 29-28, where Jocelyn Edwards maybe threads a lot in the first round, but I believe Yeon Kim will get it done in round 2 and 3, in my opinion. So yeah, Yeon Kim by 29-28 decision. Next fight on the card to end the early prelims is Michael Morales versus Adam Fujit. Michael Morales is a +230 underdog. Adam Fujit is a -275 favorite. Right, I'm gonna go with the underdog in Michael Morales, and there's a logical reason for this. Adam Fujit, I can see why he's the favourite, because of the first round he's very dangerous, and Michael Morales leaves himself open a lot in the first round especially. But Michael Morales, I believe that he could take control of this fight if he survives the first round. It's one of those fights, just like the Blood Diamond fight, if he can get out the first round, this is a win for him, in my opinion, right? So let's look at Michael Morales as a whole, right? Morales. Oh, man, right. Tapology. Obviously, he's 13-0, he's undefeated, but let me just... Oh, man, fucking tapology. Right. So, his last win was obviously against Trevin Giles. I was just checking that it was by finish. Yes, it was counter right to ground strikes, round 1. Right, so obviously you got Michael Morales, who is very dangerous, got heat in his hands. Adam Fujit is very good. He's very good in the first round especially, but he tends to get taken over in the second and third round, which I believe Michael Morales is going to be able to do. I believe this is going to be the first finish of the card on the early prelims, where I believe that Michael Morales will get a third round TKO over Adam Fujit. The thing with Michael Morales is Michael Morales builds into fights sometimes. And like I said, even though he got the first round finish over Giles, he is very open to strikes in the first. Very open to strikes. And if he can survive the first round against Adam Fujit, who has heat in his hands, I believe the second and third round's his. So I'm going to go with a third round TKO for Michael Morales, in my opinion. Right, let's move on to the prelims, shall we? Right. Oh my days, this website is shit. Right, anyway. Opener of the prelims, Drakkar Klose versus Rafa Garcia. Oh wait, there's no odds on this one? Yo, the UFC's slagging, bro. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to go with Drakkar Klose over Rafa Garcia. Drakkar Klose isn't anything special by any means, don't get me wrong. He is far from fucking special, but he is a very good fighter. He's solid, and I believe that he's that step above of Rafa Garcia. Rafa Garcia is very good. You know, he's, you know what I mean? I look at Rafa Garcia as a whole right now. Rafa Garcia is very good. I thought that he was kind of trash after one of his losses, but he really stepped into one. Why is Tapology so shit, man? Right, he's so, like, Why is Tapology like this, bro? Why? The website is so shit. So poor. Right, yes, Rafa Garcia, yes, lightweight Rafa Garcia. Unbelievable this website, bro, honestly. Right, here we go. Right, obviously he has now lost to Nasrat Hasparas by decision. Not looking good. But yet again, though, Nasrat did have that step up against Dan Hooker and Bobby Green, and he got absolutely schooled by both of them. And then you got and then you got Chris Grutasmaka, who he lost to. Not the best loss, but since then, you know, he's bounced back against Nathan Levy and Jesse Ronson. So even got a rear naked choke against Jesse Ronson. I was thinking of the R. But anyway, you know, Rafa Garcia, I think what it took time for him to build into it, and took him time to build into his fighting style and build into getting it, you know, at the UFC level. But I just think Drakkar Klose is just that step that he's not ready for, in my opinion. And I mean, like, maybe he would beat Nasrat Hakparas right now, but I don't know. Like, he's already shown that he's lost by decision. He got outstruck. So it's like you gotta look at it on a base level. Like, can he beat him? That's the issue. And I still believe that even with you know, right now, I just still believe that even Nasrat will be the step above him. So I believe that Drakkar Klose got this by 30-27 decision. God, these are boring predictions, you know, mainly decisions. But yeah, I just don't see a version where Rafa really wins this. I think Drakkar Klose is just the step above, the level above. He's a number 15th ranked in lightweight right now, according to the UFC. And yeah, I just believe that he's just a better fighter all around, and I just believe that he's going to get it done. 30-27 decision. Drakkar Klose. Next fight on the card is Dantel Mays versus Hamdi Abdel Wahab. Hamdi Abdel Wahab is minus 190 favourite. Dantel Mays is plus 160 underdog. Get your money on Dantel Mays. Hamdi should not be the favourite. I can see why they put Hamdi as the favourite, because he is an Olympic wrestler, but he never uses his wrestling. He likes to scrap. Dantel Mays has more weapons on the feet. He has more variety of ways to win. And because Hamdi doesn't use his grappling, I'm going to go with a pick in Dantel Mays. I'm going to get him by second round KO, because I just don't see Hamdi using his wrestling, because he never does. He likes to scrap, which is fair enough. But I don't think that's how you beat Dantel Mays, when Dantel Mays has better striking than you. So yeah, I got Dantel Mays by second round KO. That's the most straightforward pick on the card. It's too easy in my opinion. Because Hamdi doesn't use his wrestling, it's like, what's the point of picking him? He's not going to use his grappling. It's like Gaethje, he can wrestle, but he doesn't use his wrestling. So it's like, it's one of those where it's like, well, you know what I mean? Hamdi doesn't use his best weapon. At least Gaethje has great striking. Hamdi doesn't. So, you know, his striking's okay, but it's not enough to beat Dantel Mays in my opinion. So I think it's a second round KO. Next fight on the card is Chad Chin Dober versus Rafael Alves. Drew Dober's a minus 205 favourite. Rafael Alves is a plus 175 underdog. I agree with the odds. I'm going to go with Drew Dober. Drew has the most Chad Chin of all time. I just don't see Rafael Alves getting anything over him. I think Drew Dober is a great guy, a great fighter. Sorry, well, he's a great guy too. He's a nice guy. His chin is just unbelievable. If Rafael Alves is really going to rely on getting Drew Dober out of there, and I just don't see him getting Drew Dober out of there, man. His chin is unbelievable, unfucking believable. If Terence McKinney can't get you out in the first round with the type of shots he landed, bro, there is no chance Rafael Alves gets him out of there. I got Drew Dober by third round TKO. I just see him taking over the fight in the second and third round, using his Chad chin to take the shots and just putting the pressure on Rafael Alves. And just getting a third round TKO against the cage. So yeah, Drew Dober, third round TKO, yes. Sorry for all the cuts and stuff, guys. There's a lot of things coming up, but I'm literally recording this late at night now. In my room. I was doing it early afternoon, but now we have to continue this video then. So if you notice a little cut in the end editing, that's why. So basically the next fight on the card, Alex Moreno versus Mathetha Samuelsburg. Moreno is a plus 135 underdog. Mathetha Samuelsburg is a minus 155. This is a good scrap. Alex Moreno likes to get into scraps. Mathetha Samuelsburg has a really good chin. I mean, he went toe to toe with Chaos Williams in the pocket, man. So got to give it to him, man. And he's a very good fighter, man. He's very good at finishing people, but he's also good at toughing out decisions. And he's got decent cardio, and he's always ready to go 3 rounds. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I couldn't speak then. Yeah, so I'm going to go with Matthew Samuelsburg by 3rd round KO. I just don't think Alex Morone's going to take those shots, and I don't think he has the finishing ability to TKO or KO Matthew Samuelsburg. I think it's a good scrap, though. I think it's a really good scrap, actually. I think it's gonna be maybe fighting the night. I don't know. Maybe not fighting the night, but it's gonna be a very good fight, though, in my opinion. I think it'd be pretty cool. So yeah, Matthew Samuelsburg by 3rd round KO. That's what I'm gonna say. Not even against the cage. I think he's just gonna land the harder shots, and he always finds a way to land. Always finds a way to land, and yeah, he's a very exciting fighter, and I believe he'll get the job done. Next fight on the card is Magomed Ankalaev. I know my battery's low. Magomed Ankalaev versus Anthony Smith. Ankalaev is a -475 favourite. Anthony Smith is a +30 and 380 underdog. Can't fucking speak. But anyway, obviously light heavyweight division's a bit iffy. Sometimes they're trash, sometimes they're good. You know, it just depends. Right, it's a good fight. Ankalaev should not be a -475 favourite. No chance. But I do believe he's going to win. But I think it's going to be by decision. Like, people talk about Anthony Smith sometimes has cardio issues and blah, blah, blah. And that's true. Sometimes he does have cardio issues. But it's a 3-rounder. He's not going to have cardio issues in a 3-rounder, man. He can definitely push a very high pace for 2 rounds. 100%. So, I think... I don't know. This is tough. I think Ankalaev is going to find a way to use his teep kicks and his range of kicks just to keep her at range for 3 rounds. I think Anthony Smith's actually going to take the 1st round very comfortably. And then I think Ankalaev's going to take the last 2 rounds and just scrape a 29-28. Ankalaev should be a 2-1 favourite in my opinion, but he shouldn't be that big of a favourite, man. It's unbelievable. Anthony Smith has a really good chance, man. He has more ways to finish it if you think about it, especially when it comes to like jiu-jitsu and stuff. But obviously he doesn't really have the wrestling necessary to do it. But I think Ankalaev has the better stand-up. But it won't shock me if Anthony Smith chins him, because Anthony Smith does have a lot of power. But Anthony Smith has been hurt before, and he has been chinned before. So it's possible. But I'm going to go with Ankalaev with a 29-28 decision, in my opinion. So yeah. Right, next fight on the card is Alexandra Pantoja versus Alex Perez. Pantoja is a -165 favourite. Alex Perez is a +140 underdog. I would not be mad if they put Pantoja as a bigger favourite. I think the activity is on his side. Not only is the activity on his side, he's just all around a better fighter, in my opinion. I think his stand-up has improved massively, and I just think he's one of the most underrated flyweights in the division right now. Like, don't forget, he has a win, 2 wins over Brandon Moreno. He has a win over Kai Kara France, who are fighting above him. And I just believe he's a very underrated guy. He has a great win over Manel Kape, which is a great win to have. Alex Perez's last fight was 2 years ago when he fought Davison Figueiredo for the title. So, you know what I mean? It's a long time ago he fought. But I'm going to go with Pantoja, man. I think Pantoja is going to eliminate the leg kicks that Perez has, and I just believe he's going to be able to wrestle, chain wrestle. I believe he's going to be able to keep her on, be able to keep him at range sometimes, or just come inside, dart inside, in and out, check the leg kicks, and I just believe he's just going to outclass Perez. I think he's that step above Perez. I just don't think Perez is ready for the top level competition, even though they're both 4th ranked. No, they're not. I'm blind. He's 6th ranked. Pantoja is number 4. But I just don't see a way that he properly beats Pantoja, in my opinion, unless he gets a robbery decision. But I don't see it. I can see how he could keep it close if he's able to land the leg kicks. If not, I think Pantoja is going to run through him. But Pantoja knows how he fights. Has definitely watched film. So logically speaking, Pantoja is going to win this by 2nd round submission. Yeah, 2nd round submission. I believe he's going to be able to work his wrestling in, going to be able to work his striking in, because his striking's massively improved. I believe he's going to be able to land the shots that he needs. Perez is going to be desperate in a way, because he's trying to land those leg kicks. I think he'll catch one of, and then I think Perez will start trying to read him and go high, and I think Pantoja is going to catch one of them, take him down, just grind him out for a while for most of the round, and then find a rear naked choke at the end. So yeah, I got Alexandra Pantoja by 2nd round rear naked choke submission over Alex Perez. So yeah. Next fight on the card. Derrick Lewis versus Sergey Pavlovic. Derrick Lewis is a plus 105 underdog. Pavlovic is a minus 125 favourite. Right. I want to go with Derrick Lewis so bad, especially because it's in Texas and stuff, and you know, he's from Texas. But I'm gonna go with Sergey Pavlovic. He is massive, man, and I feel like he has more weapons to finish this. And I know Derrick Lewis has proved many people wrong in the past, where he lands that one shot and you're out. You know what I mean? When he beat Volkov and stuff like that. But thing is, I don't see him landing that one shot on Sergey. I actually think Sergey's going to knock him out in the 3rd round. Derrick Lewis has been knocked out so many times in his career. I know he's heavyweight, so they get knocked out more often, but I just don't see where Derrick Lewis is able to land those shots on Sergey. And even if he does land some of them, I think Sergey will be able to take some of them like Tuivasa did. And I just think Sergey Pavlovic is going to do a very good job of just pressing on him and keeping the pressure and making Derrick Lewis gas out and give up. So I got like a 3rd round TKO where Derrick Lewis just can't take any more shots. It's sad to pick that because I always either pick Derrick Lewis or want to pick him. The last time I picked him against Tuivasa, but obviously got knocked out badly. I picked Cyril Gane to beat him though. I did pick Cyril Gane. But it's just one of those where it's like, what can you do, you know? But I'm going to go with Sergey Pavlovic by 3rd round TKO, in my opinion. Sad to say, but, you know, facts don't care about feelings. Anyway, next fight on the card is Brandon Moreno versus Kai Kara-France. Brandon Moreno is a minus 205 favourite. Kai Kara-France is a plus 175 underdog. It's a good fight, obviously, for the interim belt. Obviously, winner of this gets the title shot. Number 1 contender versus number 2 contender. I'm going to go with Brandon Moreno by 3 rounds to 2 decision. I think Kai Kara-France is going to win the first 2 rounds, and I believe he's going to slow down. His striking's going to become predictable. Because here's the thing, right? Kai Kara-France, in my opinion, alongside Beneil Dariush, I think he's the most overrated top 3 guy ever. Because he has the same trend in his career, right? Like, he beat Askar Askarov fair and square. And you can make the argument Brandon Moreno drew with Askar. But let's be honest, Brandon Moreno should have won that fight, yeah? And this is how I look at it, right? Like, Kai Kara-France has the same thing. If he versus a guy that also can grapple and strike, he struggles massively. He didn't struggle against Cody Garbrandt because Cody Garbrandt is not technical enough to be at flyweight. And Cody Garbrandt has terrible striking defense. Terrible striking defense, along with the weight cut, along with a terrible glass chin. So obviously he was going to knock out Cody Garbrandt. I picked him to knock out Cody Garbrandt. I knew he was going to knock out Cody Garbrandt. Thing is, right, against Askar, because Askar can barely strike, it was easy. It was, you know, because these CKB guys, most of them are very good with takedown defense and keeping them on the feet, and he did extremely well against Askar Askarov. But the problem is, right, if he's versing a guy that can also mix in the striking and really put a pace on him, he struggles, man. He really struggles. He struggles to keep any type of pace. So it's like you gotta look at it in a way of what are you trying to achieve here? And Brandon Moreno has so many more options to beat him. I don't think Kai Kara-France has the power to put Brandon Moreno down like Davison Figueiredo did. I honestly think Davison Figueiredo is the only guy that has the power to put down Brandon Moreno, you know, because Brandon Moreno has a granite chin, man. And if Kai Kara-France struggles with the striking, because, you know, it's the takedown threat, and they also have very good striking to go along with it, which Askar didn't, it's easy pickings for the guy he's fighting. Like, I mean, look at Bontorin, man. He was winning the fight easily, you know what I mean? Because he was mixing in the striking, mixing in the grappling, but he has a glass chin. Kai Kara-France caught him, knocked him out, right? So that's what you gotta look at it like. It's like he struggles against people like that, and as a trend in his career, he's shown an ability to still struggle against them. So I believe Brandon Moreno is going to win 3 rounds to 2. What's that? 49-48. I believe he's going to win, and yeah, that's what I got it with. Next fight on the card is the main event of the evening. You got Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes. The odds are just unbelievable. Juliana Pena, the champion, who just beat Amanda Nunes, plus 230 underdog. Amanda Nunes is a minus 275 on minus 275 favourite. Look, this is how I look at it, yeah? I gotta pick Juliana Pena again. And there's key moments in the fight as to why I'm picking Juliana Pena. I know my hair's flat here is because of I've been wearing my headset today. That's why it's flat. But anyway, Juliana Pena showed no fear against Amanda Nunes, and that shook Amanda Nunes. She might have got over it, but she's moved to a random gym. Don't know who her sparring partners are. Don't know if she's getting better, yeah? I looked at her on the scale today. She looked very shaky. She did not look confident. She looked defeated. But, you know, that I've been wrong about those type of things before. All the fans are really, you know what I mean? It's hard to tell just off of weigh-ins. But this is how I see it going. Juliana Pena is going to put a massive pace on her because Amanda Nunes gasses out because she struggles to keep a certain pace and she wings hooks without technique sometimes, especially when a person is able to strike with her in a way of making it ugly. Valentina Shevchenko got robbed against Amanda Nunes. Valentina, off the judging and scoring criteria, should have won that fight 4 rounds to 1. Easily 4 rounds to 1. And she did it by counter-striking Amanda Nunes. Only a certain amount of people have the ability to do that. But Juliana Pena, on the other hand, she has the threat of jiu-jitsu because she submitted Amanda Nunes, right? So, if she's able to submit her and get her down to the ground with a trip, Amanda Nunes is going to be thinking about that. And not only is she going to be thinking about that, right? She's going to be drilling, you know, against her and stuff like that. But the problem is, right, is that when she fights somebody that doesn't fear her and just goes for it, just get straight, you know, get straight in her face and just goes for it, it's hard to pick for her because she knows it's harder for her to win. And she showed defeat straight away. As soon, you know, I mean, Juliana Pena didn't even get the hooks in and she tapped, you know, and it's concerning because it's like, I just don't see her being champ and winning that, like that, having that mentality. And it's like, the problem is Juliana Pena stuck it the pace right on her and forcing Amanda Nunes to make, you know, forcing it ugly. Like Valentina couldn't do that against Amanda Nunes because Amanda Nunes had the ability of the strength and the size advantage over Valentina. Juliana Pena's a big girl, man. She was able to hold down Valentina for quite a while because she's a very strong bantamweight, and that's the problem. See, Juliana Pena has the strength to clinch up with Amanda Nunes, and so she has the ability to make it ugly, and I believe that she has the chin to take the shots. She knows that, and Amanda Nunes knows that. So Amanda Nunes, I think she's just going to fall into the same trap where she'll try to be technical for the first 2 rounds, and then once she gets into the rhythm, what's going to happen is Juliana Pena is going to break her up by making her ugly and constantly getting in her face. What's that going to cause? It's going to cause Amanda Nunes to make it ugly and you know, forced to fight ugly with her, and she's going to wing hook, she's going to gas out, and I believe Juliana Pena is going to get another rear naked choke 4th round this time. No, 5th round, I'd say 5th round rear naked choke where Amanda Nunes just gasses out, she just can't take anymore, and she quits. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy the fight. It's not the strongest card in the world, but it's a card nevertheless. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe. I really hope to see you in the next video. I do have a kind of newish TikTok out. It's Keepitrealedits on TikTok. So if you want to check that out, please, like I said, please like and subscribe, follow my TikTok, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.